Undiscovered underneath the secretive sands of Egypt is a finding so critical it cools the blood of researchers all over the planet. Prepare for the revelation that has the paleontology world in a state of uncanny interest and mounting dread. From the profundities of times long past has risen a confounding relic covered in secret, one that challenges simple clarification and tests our very knowledge of history. Insider facts that take steps to rework the chronicles of society, as far as we might be concerned, exist in this newfound artifact, which was disclosed inside the blessed lobbies of a tragically missing burial chamber. Specialists are left considering what everything means and grappling with existential issues because of the secretive beginnings proposed by its intricate markings and confounding images. The area of Egyptology is very nearly another degree of secret, where fear and interest exist together, fully expecting the stunning truth. The logical world is in a state of total disorder after another revelation in Egypt. Researchers are both captivated and frightened by the disclosure. The consequences of this new archaeological find are being debated by specialists. Egypt has for some time been a mother lode for students of history and anthropologists because of its abundance of verifiable destinations and social relics. This new disclosure, notwithstanding, has stunned researchers and made them express caution. The disclosure's interesting attributes have left researchers flabbergasted. However, its area and particulars are being kept a mystery. Specialists are attempting to sort out how this new data could impact the cutting edge. Consequently, there has been a great deal of talk and contention about it. As the logical world anticipates further examination and investigation, the repercussions of this find have caused influxes of both fervor and dread. For centuries, individuals have been keen on Egyptian antiquarianism. It's a field of study committed to diving more deeply into ancient Egypt, a culture that flourished for millennia close to the Nile River. Old Egypt is a famous objective for sightseers and archaeologists alike due to the country's broad past, noteworthy social accomplishments, and stunning landmarks. Napoleon's tactical mission in Egypt in the late 18th and mid-19th centuries caused Westerners to notice the old development's wonders, igniting a newly discovered interest in Egyptian paleontology. Before long, researchers and voyagers ran to Egypt with the end goal of diving deeper into the pharaohs and deciphering the symbolic representations that improved their burial places. French researcher Jean-François Champollion translated the hieroglyphics in the mid-19th century, which is broadly viewed as quite possibly the main revelation in Egyptian paleohistory. This revelation opened a window into the past, permitting researchers to translate old Egyptian original copies and gain new comprehension of Egyptian history, religion, and day-to-day existence. There was a whirlwind of unearthings in Egypt all through the 20th century, headed by notable Egyptologists like Howard Carter, who is most popular for uncovering Tutankhamun's burial place in 1922. Because of this historic revelation, there has been a resurgence of interest in exhuming old Egyptian locales. Removal, looking over, epigraphy, craftsmanship, history, human services, and protection are just a portion of the many fields that make up Egyptian paleohistory. To remake antiquated Egyptian life, archaeologists carefully uncover ancient rarities, designs, and entombment destinations, then at that point record their discoveries exhaustively. The pyramids of Giza, the Valley of the Lords in Luxor, the sanctuaries of Karnak and Abu Simbel, and the city of Thebes are the absolute most notable archaeological landmarks in Egypt. Find out about old Egyptian strict practices and engineering authority in these areas. Archaeological discoveries in Egypt have adjusted our viewpoint on the human past. They have assisted us in better figuring out antiquated Egyptian culture, government, religion, and innovation. Questions have been projected on the old Egyptians' designing ability and their visionary comprehension after they raised such notorious designs as the incomparable Sphinx and the pyramids. The security of archaeological locales and ancient rarities is additionally of foremost significance these days. The public authority of Egypt, alongside different worldwide gatherings and archaeological missions, is putting forth coordinated efforts to safeguard these invaluable ancient rarities for future generations. Harm from plundering, illegal exhuming, and regular or human-caused calamities is alleviated by these endeavors. In total, Egyptian palaeontology is a discipline that uncovers the secrets of a human progress that has long entranced and motivated us. The legacy of old Egypt will live on for people in the future to uncover and value in light of the disclosures that have upset our perspective on mankind's set of experiences. The new find in Egypt has shaken the universe of archaic exploration. Certain highlights of the revelation can be talked about to reveal insight into its importance, despite the fact that points of interest are being monitored. Adding to the secret of the find is the way that it was made in a piece of Egypt renowned for its verifiable importance and archaeological riches. The interesting idea of the archaeological find has puzzled and amazed trained professionals. It comprises a variety of structures and curiosities that give an intriguing insight into old Egyptian culture. Disclosures, for example, which incorporate burial chambers with intricate wall paintings and a wide assortment of funerary relics, shed light on old social order strict practices, social standards, and social delineations. The phenomenal safeguarding of this find is its defining highlight. In spite of their age, the structures still look and function as they did when they were first fabricated. The wall paintings give a distinctive look into the past, portraying scenes from day-to-day existence, strict services, and fanciful stories, and are especially well protected. When contrasted with different locales that have been uncovered, this one is a genuine goldmine of craftsmanship and history because of its prevalent quality and abundance of works of art. The disclosure is something other than burial places and wall paintings. It likewise includes a colossal store of funerary relics. Old Egyptian material culture is best grasped through the investigation of gems, talismans, ceramics, and puppets. These curios are a demonstration of the high-level civilization that recently thrived around here, as their assortment and craftsmanship exhibit a serious level of capability and stylish articulation. The site's design is additionally worth focusing on for its greatness. The developments are connected together to frame an unpredictable arrangement of passages and rooms. One potential translation of the intricate format is that it fills in as a strict or stately center. Given its size and intricacy, it's normal to think about the part it played in ancient Egyptian progress and how it connects with different destinations nearby. The unforeseen find has provoked the curiosity of scholars and archaeologists from one side of the planet to the other. We can get more familiar with ancient Egypt than at any time in recent memory because of the site's unmistakable characteristics and particularly its very well-saved ancient rarities. Specialists are recording and looking at each feature of the disclosure, utilizing many logical strategies to inspect the materials, varieties, and building procedures utilized. The revelation has created a ton of excitement, yet many inquiries remain. There is still a great deal of examination going into pinpointing when the site was fabricated and the way that it finds a place with recently settled time spans. Researchers are striving to date the revelation and figure out what social, strict, and tasteful impacts it might have had on antiquated Egyptian culture. The ramifications of this trackdown go a long way beyond the domain of unadulterated grant. It can possibly fundamentally modify our perspective on antiquated Egypt by causing qualms about lengthy held presumptions and giving novel bits of knowledge into the nation's social and authentic development. Scientists are wanting to fill the holes in how they might interpret ancient Egyptian culture as more data opens up. It is of the utmost significance that the site be safeguarded and secured. Mindful removal, archiving, and protection of the ancient rarities and designs are presently underway. The Egyptian government, unfamiliar associations, and archaeologists are cooperating to safeguard the disclosure for people in the future and urge the socially delicate travel industry in the area. Analysts and researchers from one side of the planet to the other came to various conclusions about the new discovery in Egypt. After hearing the news, experts from a great many fields were overwhelmed with amazement and interest. There has been a ton of discussion and conversation among scholars about what this revelation implies. Wonder was the underlying response to the disclosure. The structure's impeccable condition, the wall painting's incredible subtlety, and the abundance of burial service artifacts all astounded experts. Because of the antiquity's uncommon degree of detail and craftsmanship, their importance and worth have been broadly recognized by trained professionals. This new idea likewise stirs up misgivings about long-held convictions and speculations about ancient Egypt. New secrets were given to examiners by the site's solitary highlights, engineering, and the topic of wall paintings. Researchers have rushed to ponder and speculate about the track's significance, social significance, and authentic import. The possible impact of the disclosure on recently acknowledged records of ancient Egyptian history was a significant source of uneasiness among scientists. It was conceivable that the new data would drive a reconsideration of long-held suspicions about verifiable occasions, cultural standards, and strict principles. The need for cautious review and relevant translation prior to drawing eventual outcomes was underlined by certain researchers who voiced mindful wariness. The find has incited requests about the potential associations between the area and other Egyptian archaeological areas. Specialists differ on whether the as-of-late found structures have had a place with the current mind-boggling or addressed a new center point of action. There was a lot of guesswork about the potential connections between political traditions, strict practices, and social movements. For researchers, issues about morals and safeguarding started things out. Scientists worried about the weighty concern of guaranteeing the site and its curiosity stayed free from any potential harm. It was critical that the Egyptian government, global associations, and archaeological groups all work together to ensure that exhuming, documentation, and reclamation endeavors were done accurately. Scientists comprehended the need to figure out some kind of harmony between venturing out and safeguarding Egypt's authentic and social antiquities for people in the future. The revelation's importance could have never been grasped without the assistance of researchers from various fields cooperating. Archaeologists, workmanship antiquarians, anthropologists, and materials researchers generally pooled their insights to translate the relics and structures. An intensive examination of the disclosure was made conceivable by combining customary methods with state-of-the-art instruments. The tracking down provoked a surge of scholarly action and warmed banter. Researchers wanted to gain proficiency with the mysteries concealed in the craftsmanship and antiques. Scientific measuring, color investigation, and miniature antiquarianism were used to decide the time span, materials, and creation strategies for antiquated Egyptian ancient rarities. Mainstream researchers anxiously anticipated the distribution of exploration articles, scholastic gatherings, and conferences dedicated to this bewildering finding as an extra subtleties arose. The significance of the find for prehistory in general was recognized by established researchers. It gave the opportunity to refine laid-out methods, re-examine long-held convictions, and investigate unfamiliar regions, chasing more prominent comprehension. Likewise, the public's advantage in Egyptology was revived because of the new revelation. The fine secret and the fascinating tales of ancient Egypt drew people from all over the world. Organizations of higher learning and galleries seized the opportunity to inform people in general about Egypt's broad social history and the present status of paleontology. All in all, the startling disclosure in Egypt evoked a wide range of feelings from wonder to intrigue among specialists and prompted warm discussions and conversations among them. This revelation has provoked interdisciplinary groups to cooperate to answer a few extremely pressing concerns. The researchers who made the find knew about their moral commitments and focused on the significance of cautious protection and conscious exhuming. Academic and public interest in Egyptology has been rejuvenated because of the disclosures, ensuring that the miracles of antiquated Egypt will continue to enchant and rouse for ages to come. The most recent finding in Egypt has provoked the curiosity of researchers, but it has also raised a few genuine worries and fears. Startling repercussions of the disclosure, expected difficulties with existing hypotheses, and moral contemplations are factors adding to these concerns. The conceivable impact of the disclosure on current speculations and convictions about ancient Egypt is a significant reason to worry among researchers. Safeguarded structures, elaborate wall compositions, and an abundance of relics can possibly refute long-held speculations and prompt a re-examination of verifiable courses of events, social practices, and strict convictions. To stay away from distortion or deception of authentic realities, researchers advocate fastidious examination and relevant translation. The new disclosure may also test existing archaeological structures. It makes one wonder how this new area connects with other Egyptian demolitions that have been found. On the off chance that there is any conceivable connection between political lines, strict practices, or social developments, researchers need to completely explore it. It will require broad examination and collaboration among specialists to incorporate the revelations with existing information and fabricate an intelligible story of ancient Egyptian history. Researchers give a great deal of thought to moral issues. The site and its antiquity should be safeguarded no matter what, and only mindful removal strategies ought to be utilized. Finding some kind of harmony between scholarly requests and the drawn-out security of Egypt's social fortunes is no simple assignment. To forestall burglary and illegal uncovering and to save and record Egypt's social legacy, researchers team up intimately with the Egyptian government and other associations. Appropriate administration of the site is fundamental to safeguarding its memorable worth and guaranteeing that people in the future can gain from it. The meaning of this find might stretch a long way beyond the area of prehistoric studies. It could have ramifications for our insight into human development overall on the off chance that it reveals insight into the social, political, and monetary parts of antiquated Egypt. Specialists realize that they need to utilize a cross-disciplinary methodology to find out about any expected worldwide impacts, exchange organizations, or innovative leaps forward. The absence of affirmation among established researchers is additionally disturbing. There are many inquiries that remain perplexing, notwithstanding the new revelation's abundance of information. Progressing examination and guessing plan to nail down the site's exact age, its capability, and its verifiable setting. To affirm the underlying revelations and lay out an exhaustive handle of the disclosure's importance, researchers stress the significance of directing a broad subsequent review, like more uncovering, investigation, and similar examinations. At long last, the revelation's sheer size is causing researchers to exercise significantly more caution. The need to research, examine, and convey disclosures completely requires a significant investment of time, energy, and information. To endure an insightful investigation and make a critical commitment to the area of paleohistory, specialists should ensure that the review is thorough, proven, and factual. While this is a lot to satisfy, researchers are devoted to keeping up with the best expectations of respectability in exploration. Researchers and specialists are at present digging into the intricacies of the new track in Egypt to uncover its mysteries. Specialists in subjects as different as paleohistory, workmanship history, the humanities, and material science have teamed up on the review, considering a careful examination of the track's significance. Research is, as of now, zeroing in on a limited extent on deciding when the very site and its curios were fabricated. Scientifically measuring the other present-day techniques are utilized by researchers to determine when the structures and antiques being referred to were built compared to other time spans. The examination will assist us with better appreciating the site's importance in antiquated Egyptian history, which might toss into question recently acknowledged time periods or shed light on until now dark times. The investigation of the paintings is additionally a significant piece of the most recent discoveries. Researchers use high-resolution imaging, shade analysis, and the investigation of novel techniques to decipher the accounts, imagery, and social references in works of art. This top-to-bottom examination grows our understanding of antiquated Egyptian feel, religion, and culture. Specialists are likewise analyzing the structure of the area. They anticipate figuring out the structure's expected purposes and how they fit into the bigger complex by reporting and examining them completely. This exploration can be possibly revealing the insight into the site's capabilities within antiquated Egyptian, strict and stately practices and social and political designs. A joint effort between disciplines additionally incorporates the investigation of natural materials found at the site, like bones and teeth. Well-being, sustenance, and populous hereditary qualities in ancient Egypt are only a couple of the points that have profited from the consolidated endeavors of anthropologists and geneticists. It is conceivable that versatility, transitory examples, and socio-cultural context in the area could be gathered from isotopic examination of bone and teeth materials. Concentrate on that and think about the consequences of the ongoing examination with those of the other comparative Egyptian archaeological destinations that are likewise being led. Researchers desire to contextualize the most recent trackdown inside the most extensive setting of old Egyptian culture by looking at engineering styles, iconography, and entombment rehearsals. This multifaceted correlation can possibly reveal insight into the manners in which social trade and cooperation affected antiquated Egyptian human advancement. The ramifications of this new disclosure will develop as the examination proceeds. The outcomes can possibly negate long-held convictions, shed light on already obscured data, and close holes in our insight into ancient Egypt. The multidisciplinary approach assists scientists with acquiring a more complete range and image of ancient Egyptian culture, extending how they might interpret its intricacies. There are numerous ways this finding could change the fate of science. The essential advantage is that it will add to the developing collection of Egyptological data, extending our appreciation of ancient Egyptian foundations in society. The most recent examination discoveries can be disseminated in a larger crowd in the event that they prompt changes to reading material, scholarly educational programs, and historical center presentations. The outcomes of this disclosure reach a long way beyond the area of Egyptology. Potential utilizations of the multidisciplinary study incorporate workmanship history, the humanities, paleontology, and material science. This study's techniques and discoveries have wide relevance, preparing for future strategic advancements and cross-disciplinary associations by revealing insight into extra archaeological locales and social settings. Seriously, digging and investigating should be possible nearby because of this disclosure. This could prompt the rediscovery of recently found destinations or the dispatching of new studies to uncover previously obscure archaeological locales or areas of interest. New relics might be uncovered, the local elements of Old Egypt might be better perceived, and a more complete image of Old Egypt might be sorted out because of such endeavors. The new revelation can possibly help the travel industry, social protection endeavors, and neighborhood financial development a long way beyond the domain of the scholarly community. Through the execution of capable travel industry drives, the site's social importance can be imparted to vacationers while additionally ensuring the site's drawn-out endurance. Thus, neighborhood networks might benefit financially and experience a re-established sense of satisfaction in their social practices. Taking everything into account, the ongoing investigation of the Egyptian disclosure highlights cross-disciplinary participation in a thorough examination of its numerous features. Specialists are getting a superior handle on ancient Egypt and its social pertinence in light of the consequences of examinations including dating, wall compositions, engineering, curiosities, and near investigations. Craftsmanship, history, human sciences, and paleontology are only a couple of the scholastic fields that stand to profit from this review, and there's likewise the potential for it to stimulate extra investigation, the travel industry, and local area improvement. The finding has extensive ramifications for the future, guaranteeing that the tradition of antiquated Egypt will continue to charm and move people into the future. To wrap things up, the new finding in Egypt has captivated researchers and students all over the planet, prompting expanded concentration on endeavors and interdisciplinary participation. The outcomes could advance new speculations, adjust our point of view on ancient Egypt, and assist with filling information gaps. Analysts are avoiding potential risk by zeroing in on top-to-bottom review, moral review strategies, and safeguarding the site's verifiable importance. Examination into the revelation's significance is continuous, and it incorporates investigations of dating strategies, wall paintings, engineering, ancient rarities, and near investigation. The consequences are sweeping, affecting not just scholastic disciplines like workmanship history, humanities, and prehistoric studies, but additionally the travel industry, social conservation endeavors, and metropolitan preparation. The ramifications for the future are empowering, ensuring that our insight into ancient Egypt will continue to develop and uncover new secrets for us. If you like this video, please make sure you share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for more videos. Thanks for watching.